Your postgame, his comments are brought to you by Sam C. Mitchell and Associates. As Coach will get that headset on, a little bit of an older headset as we have for Coach here postgame. Coach, thanks so much for the time. Just take us quickly. What were some of the main points that you wanted to talk over with your group there in the locker room after this one?
Well, it was the first half. We know it was the first half, and it wasn't. They made 8 threes. They took 20. So, but again, it felt like the Charleston game where in the first half, they made all those threes. It's like, but we were down 1 in that game. So the difference here to me wasn't the three-point shooting, and the bigs, like Huff making those threes. That's on me. Okay, our players played the way they were supposed to. He hadn't shot it well. So and I told him that that's on me. The problem is we had no fight in the first half, and so there's no strategy. There's no, every loose ball they got. You can't come in here and beat Florida, and then we decided to at least scrap in the second half. We ended up with 20 offensive rebounds. Why aren't we doing that every game? What has taken so long for us to play the way that we're supposed to play, like we did in the second half? We were on the glass hard, fighting and scrapping. That's the way we have to play. And this is what I'm saying. We don't know who we are. And when you look at our 3 losses, there's in all of them there's just been the Charlotte game and Oklahoma State games in the second half. This one was in the first half. There's been a 5-minute stretch. And so as a coach, I've got to do a better job of recognizing that and getting it stopped. But we haven't played a full 40 minutes in those losses, where we had that 5-minute stretch where it just gets away from us. But and so in the second half, the guys scrapped and fought. We just out rebounded a team that is averaging 10 rebounds more a game. But we weren't in the first half. Second half, we at least played. I think it took almost 30 minutes for one of our guys to hit the floor where they didn't get knocked over, to get on the floor for a loose ball. And there were several loose balls in the first half that we had an opportunity to get, and we just didn't.
Coach, I thought another positive in this game beyond you can't fake rebounding. There's no moral victories to rebounding. It is or it isn't, and you allude to that. I think another area that doesn't show up on the stat sheet is how well your guys move without the ball in the second half. And you also realize that you can get to the lane. It's something you preach a lot to us or to your team and tell us about it. Your guys did a nice job of playing off of 2 feet in the lane, and you were getting there against a good team.
Yeah, well, they didn't play off 2 feet in this game. I mean, I don't know how many blocks. How many did they have? 9? Yeah. And a couple of them were with their elbows because, we think we can just drive in there and we didn't play off 2 feet. I'm not to be able to show them on film the number of times of shots that we took where we just drove and just jumped is incredible. But one of the things about our guys moving in the second half is because they're in front of our bench, and so it's almost like they need me to tell them what to do. And I don't want that. I want guys that already know what to do, know how to move, know how to cut, how to stay active, and we're just not there yet with our motion. We're just not. First half, we just go down there and stand in the corner. At second half, they're in front of us, so I can say, go, move, let's go, active. That's all I got to say is get active, and they kind of know what to do. But it's like they need me to be in their ear all the time, telling them to do that. So, offensively, we're not anywhere near where we need to be against a team like this. Took decent care of the ball, 12 turnovers. We would like that to be a little bit less. But, it was just our fight in the first half. We just didn't have, and you're not going to come in and play against Florida that way. And you're down 21, and then you decide to play. Well, anybody can do that. You gotta play when the pressure's on. And it was off in the second half, and then we turned it loose and played hard.
Coach, one of the areas you knew and you talked extremely highly about Florida was not so much their skill. It's just the way they play, their tenacity, their defensive effort, the physicality they play with constantly. Do you feel like tonight, for all 40 minutes for them, that they were about as good as advertised, that you knew in terms of your guys really seeing what it's going to be like to play a physical club for 40 minutes?
Yeah. And I told them going in this game, you guys want to play in the NCAA tournament, this is who you're playing. This is who you're going to play. You want to be a top 25 team, this is where you have to be. But our guys aren't even close to thinking that way right now. They don't, we don't know who we are, and I keep saying that. In the second half, we got closer to who we need to be, which is, we've got to be a gritty team. We're not just some unbelievable offensive team. We have to be a gritty, nasty team, and we're not anywhere close to that right now. I think we can get there, but our mindset is just not right now. It just isn't. We have a bunch of guys still trying to figure out, how do I fit in, and we've got to get off of how do I fit in.
Yeah.
And it's just got to be the team. And so we just don't have any idea who we are.
Coach, these are impossible questions to ask in this situation because you never know, right, the aftermath, but more just how was Elijah, kind of his spirits after going to check in on him, and just more of his spirits? I
don't know. I haven't had even a chance to check on him yet, so I don't know, and I don't know what the problem is yet.
Yeah.
We'll find out. And it felt like they shot 85% from the three-point line. They took almost 43s. Okay, they shot a little over. So they shoot 41%. And you got to live with that. But what you have to be able to do is get the rebounds and not give up the layups that we gave up. If we just don't, like there at the end of the game, we just let a guy drive and shoot a layup. I can't deal with that. I just can't. I can't deal with it. And those are the kind of things and the kind of mentality that has to change with our team, and we're just not there yet, and they don't understand. But we're just going to stay at them, and this is one of those deals where by the time we get back to hotel, we've got to get ready because we got 3 games coming up, and I think it's a lot easier for players than it is coaches. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm in coaching.
Yeah.
There's some guys that can't get over it as easy, and maybe they'll be coaches, but. I don't like getting embarrassed. I felt at times we got embarrassed tonight, and I don't like it. And I want to coach guys that don't want that either and are going to fight.
Well, Coach, you knew you're going to have great opportunities next week. Louisiana Tech, top 100 in KenPom, and obviously Eastern Kentucky predicted to finish in the upper half of their league. So 2 really good tests, of course, going into next week with 3 games in Florida for your group.
Yeah, and so we'll see how we respond.
Yeah. Coach, appreciate the time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott.